everybody, thank you for pressing play on today's video. My name is Charlene Luciano and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Boy, do I have a fabulous card to share with you guys today. And lately I have been on a gift holder kick, which I've been doing a lot of gift cards. But I think it's just a fabulous thing to give to somebody. And I figured I would share with you how I did today's cards. So it is a card, but there's a little slot here where you put your gift card in. Cute little gift card. This one I did with the early espresso, and this one was with Soft Sky. And again, you just slot your gift card in there like that. So I'm going to show you how I did today's project. So the card base I'm using today, this is Pool Party, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' trimmer. And what I love about this Stampin' trimmer is it's got a scoring blade, and the dark one is a cutting blade. So I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to score this cardstock at 5 1/2, making sure I'm scoring and not cutting. 5 1/2, and then I'm going to score it again at 9. So I'm going to put it down to my 9 and score again. I have a piece of Designer Series paper. Now I made this Designer Series paper. They do have this in the pack. But I decided to make my own, and I did do a video on that. So this is actually Designer Series paper that I made. And this is cut at 3 1/4 by 4. This piece here is for the flap. And this piece is cut at 1 3/4 by 4. I will have all these measurements over on my blog, www.stampwithshar.com. So if you missed any of the measurements, you can head over to my website and everything will be there, all the instructions for today's project. And then I have a piece of Whisper White that will be cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to fold my card in half, bring in my bone folder, and then I'm going to fold this flap like so. So that's how you get the gift card. I'm going to attach the Designer Series paper up front on the front with my fast fuse. This stuff is so strong, it's fabulous. When you cut this Designer Series paper, you just want to make sure your patterns are the right way, because I found I had first cut my paper this way, so my these coffee things were the wrong way. So when you cut your paper, you want to make sure you cut it the right way. Attach that to the front. Attach this. Before I attach this, I'm going to take my 1 1/4 circle punch, and I'm going to punch out a half circle here, so that way when you take the gift card out, it's a little bit easier. So I'm going to butt up the Designer Series paper to the edge. I'm going to take my punch, making sure I'm in the middle, and I'm just going to cut out a little notch. Punch out a little notch, I should say. And then when you go and you put this where it needs to be, your Designer Series paper is notched out as well. Just going to attach that. Now, when you go and attach this to here, you just want to make sure you put adhesive here and here. And you don't want to do over here, because if you do, you will you won't be able to put the gift card in. I should bring in my silicone mat. The glue doesn't stick to this, so if you get glue on here, it just comes right off. But if you get glue on your paper, it tears your paper and whatnot. So you can see how it's coming together. Perfect. I am going to take a piece of scrap and punch out and stamp some of these images. So I'm using the Coffee Cafe, when I find it, and I have that coffee cup. I have a scrap piece of Whisper White paper, and I'm going to use some early espresso ink, ink that up. Stamp my coffee cup. I then have the dome, and I am going to stamp that. And this is all in the early espresso. And I'm gonna stamp my coffee cup. I now have the, looks like whipped cream, and again I'm going to do that in the early espresso. My hand may get in the camera a little bit. Stamp the whipped cream like so. I'm now going to come with some Pear Pizzazz, and I am going to sponge my coffee cup. So please excuse me, I have some sticky notes here, and I'm just going to put some sticky notes around. It doesn't matter too much on the sides because you're going to cut it out. But just to be safe, put some sticky notes everywhere. All right, that, like that. Pear Pizzazz ink. I got my sponge. And I'm just going to sponge in some Pear Pizzazz. I'm now going to take the straw, and I want the straw to not go into my foam, so I'm going to stick a sticky note over here, and I am going to make a straw. And again, I have the early espresso. I'm not inking the whole straw because I only need a small piece of the straw. And I'm just going to stamp the straw. I'm now going to come with the Pear Pizzazz, and in that set there's this striped image, I guess is what you'd call it. Where is it? I'll put it back. Huh. Where is my stripe? That's not good. Oh boy. Oh, fell off to the side. I'm sorry. So I have my stripe. I've got the Pear Pizzazz. Ink that up. And you're just going to go over the straw like so. And now when you take off the sticky note, it's not going in the whipped cream. So I'm now going to run this through my Big Shot and cut it out. Actually, I am going to fussy cut it out. So I'm going to cut this out and I will be back. I have my piece of 4 inches by 5 1/4. Got my early espresso, and I am going to stamp before I attach it to my card, because if I make a mistake I can always flip the card stock. So I'm going to ink this up and stamp happiness is a cup of coffee shared with friends. Beautiful. I now have the thanks a latte. So cute. Love it. Thanks a latte. Stamp that. See, now I got a little Uber. You know what? Let me try that again. Thanks a latte. What's great about cardstock is if you make a mistake, you can always flip it over and redo it. Yay! I got these little coffee beans, and I'm just going to randomly stamp coffee beans. And you can do it all up and down, and I mean, it's just random, really. I'm now going to attach this to my card. Like so. I'm going to stick some dimensionals on the back. These are called Stampin' dimensional bones. It's the edge of all your dimensionals. I never throw it away because I use everything. So I'm just going to cut this down the size I need. Nothing goes to waste in this house. And I'm just going to put these on the back. Like so. And then I'm going to put this on the front of the card. How cute is this card, you guys? It's fabulous. Love it. Like so. Isn't that cute? What a fun little gift card. I love the way this came out. All the directions and information will be over at my website, www.stampwithshar.com. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by.